Hello everyone, today I'm gonna talk to you about the one of the topic, why we can't improve with only books. Yeah, only with the books. That is what I want to tell you guys. Yeah, this was like a situation that I got the information from the book when I was young. When I see this topic, I felt that it was very, very impressive and I never seen this kind of such information ever. That's why I still remember that when I see this movie the first time. Yeah, for example, it's like a middle game skill, so you don't have to carry the whole board situation. When we take care of two stones, do you remember that? One of the very famous move. I don't know how to call it in English, yeah, but in Korean, um, it's like A, B, C, D, E, F, G. In Korean alphabet, like A, the shape is similar than this one. So we are adding that name in Korean, but I'm not sure how to call this move in English. So, why this is important? You can think it's like if you can use this move, actually your power should be good enough, and you know, one of the very high level skill. Because if we don't know how to play, usually we prefer to play attachment. Invite this respawn here, extending then still is okay. But most of the time he will just honey, because we can't answer like this, right? Although we can get the some eye shape, then here potential is so good. That's why black should play this move. And then white will not be nice like this. Most of the time when we are attacking the weak group, then we have to steal the base. So if black plays here, somehow this is super thick. But the point is, after white jump here, even white can tenuki. But the point is the speed and everything is too slow. Speed is slow and eye shape is not good. If you want to get the eye shape, you can block here. But the point is you are losing all the territory. Finally, even if you are making very, very safe shape, if your territory balance is not good, still it's not gonna be okay. So it was very impressive that when I was young, and actually does not make it didn't make me feel impressive. Um, do you know normally how to answer? It was like a Tesuji dictionary. I don't know how to call in English, but it's like kind of a Tesuji dictionary. It was a Japanese book. When I was studying in the Baduk school, sometimes we just read like a Japanese book. It can be changed now. Yeah, Japanese book. There is no explanation in Korean. Just we can guess with the very looking for the variation in the book. Of course, we can still try to guess because if we just see the variation, we can just guess what they are talking about. So it was like very common one of the method how we were studying. So this is a common move. Yeah. But in the book, just I want to tell you one thing. Which move made me very impressive? It was this move. Just like an emergency move. What does that mean? For example, we are afraid of this move, right? Something will be in trouble. But it doesn't mean we can play this tiger's mouth because it's too slow. It doesn't mean we can have a heading this move like this. Also too slow, and also we are losing many territory. No matter what it plays, or Tenuki still is not so attractive, right? Do you agree? And this move also same. So in the book, this move was written, and it makes me like somehow open my eyes. Wow, such great move. And then there was written about, I remember how many variation were written there because it's like 25 years ago. Yeah, more than, yeah, maybe around it. So that was the one of the variation that I saw that in the book. And if white plays here, and this move was one of the variation, yeah. Can you understand? Like black can cover the cutting point efficiently. It was like super amazing at that time. So logically, I understand what you want to say, what the book want to say to me. So I improved that. But I was very curious. Usually we cannot see this move that much time in the actual game, like many of the strong players game. Do you know what is the reason? Because we just see the one variation. Yeah, like it makes me still improve, but you know, in order to sorry, camera moving. Yeah, okay, it's following me. It's an AI camera. Um, in order to make me to understand like much more thing, it takes time to understand. Yeah, like I need to accept it slowly. For example, sometimes I can just play here. What does this mean? If white doesn't play here, then black just plays here. And then black can get the I shape and 33. Many things will be good, right? And I was wondering why black couldn't play here. Of course, now you have to add the reading skill as well. White will not be nice, even wedge will be possible. No need to be even connecting, even if we are giving capturing stone if black lost to too many points, it will be good for white. So black should change the plan to survive inside. Such a horrible variation. Yeah, of course a book can't be written all the variation, right? So that was written. And sometimes there was also written black can even consider to sacrifice here when we settle the shape. But I also never seen such things happen in the actual game. Usually we cannot see that. Yeah. What was the reason? Black is super thick right now. Uh-huh. Okay. So when we want to talk about that topic, all the situation is same, let's say that. And the white stone is something like that. Or like maybe here. Or here. Here is like no more potential. So sometimes when you want to do that, it's not gonna make you very, very, hurt. Then you can accept white can get a little more 33. Just like you can think about like black plays here. White is supposed to play this way, but you make him to play here and you just support this exchange. And another variation, if white plays here, is also similar, like this. Originally, when you play here, nobody is going to play this move, they will play here. But you can make him to accept, you just pay him this exchange. So now it's acceptable. But if the stone condition is changed, for example, now this is like large knight move. Do you guys know that there will be Aji? When you play here in the future, you can make something very easily. If white connect, then you can extend here and blocking and tiger's mouth, then you can save there. And if white cut here, then of course you can try to use it. Yeah. Even if you are just, you just try to, sometimes you can sacrifice this way. I mean, like later, it doesn't have to be right now. What I want to say is that there is something to do. It doesn't mean there is a perfect territory. But if you exchange those things like this, normally the happy point will be disappear forever. Because even if you are doing something here, white will not care. There will be no more aji. Because you make it very, very thick. That is a reason. That is a reason. When we have this kind of a move, in this situation, after this joseki, we don't exchange here like this because it's like white still has a chance to make the aji inside. So that's like we are saying the super bad exchange if we have aji inside. But if stone condition can be changed to something like this or something like this, it's not just joseki, but it will not make you to be bad exchange actually. Here will be nothing changed in the future. I think you can understand what I'm saying, right? So, in the book, it's impossible to explain such things. It's not the writer's problem. There is like so many stairs we have to understand for a long term, slowly. Yeah. And even our brain will accept it slowly. So what is the black's best move if black doesn't play? What I'm saying is like usually most of the time we don't give this bad exchange. Of course it can be possible to do that. But the common move, how we are playing is we don't do anything. We just jump normally. What does that mean? If white pip here, then we are ready to connect. And then if white cut here, we are happy to sacrifice here. That is what I want you to do that. Yeah. It doesn't mean this is an all the time solution. Just one of the common defending after you play this move after you use it. But still the same topic. It's impossible to be written all the variation. Just I can take the one information in the book, right? Yeah. And somebody might be curious, why white doesn't play the knight move? Why? That's making 2 points bigger, but this is making smaller. That is same topic. For example, when you do that in the future, if we have a chance to cut here, we always have to care about like this attachment, because there will be like, even if you can switch, let's say they switch, still black can try to reset up again. That means their aging will be high, the black can settle, this group will be stronger. But if you are jumping here, white territory is smaller, but this stone power is better to bother this group. That means number 2 can make black to spend one more move at the center. Okay, this is also one of the reasons. Sometimes, but I don't mean it's like always bad. Sometimes it can be suitable. This can be suitable. This can be suitable. But if you know if you are using this move, then you need to have a like common combination. You need to know this move. That's what I want to tell you. And of course, before we put this one, then you know speed is much faster compared to you play this variation. It cannot compare. In the future, when we are just jumping, also do you eventually have to jump to the center, however, right? So maybe before we are talking about this topic, somebody still might be curious, what about white plays here? That is also a very serious problem. Yeah, right? Because what if we just have to sacrifice so big? Of course, right now, black is connecting this way. And then ask how white will try to handle. At the first, white need to decide which way he will push and cut. This way. Let's make it this way. Do you guys know how to handle? What do you think about it? Eventually, we need to have a like power, because now white is cutting me, but I don't know how to handle. Everything will be separated. Even if I want to attack here, it doesn't mean I can capture white group. You know, after I attack everything, I don't know how to handle. It's so horrible, right? That time we need to have a like very good skill, reading and tesuji, those things. So when it goes here, something tesuji is hidden, and we are just extending. Ask him whether I can gently make the ladder. Of course, if you can capture by ladder, even if he is using ladder breaker still, your weak group becoming thickness. Which means if you are thickness later in the future, you can do like crazy move in the future. Just this is one of the example, okay? That's why white can't accept. If white choose this way, he must extend here. And then, who knows that at this moment how to handle? Who can tell me? Yeah. You guys know that I'm not memorizing anything. Just I'm telling you, I'm just creative the knowledge for the common shape, right? So Baduk is not exactly memorizing. That's why still people may wonder about, I do not have this information about the Joseki, so I lost in Joseki. That's why I lost the game. Maybe I need to study opening more. Actually, yeah. Opening is one of the area very important to the world champion level, because it can make their game flow really different. But usually when we are like focus 1 dan, 2 dan, 3 dan, 4 dan, 5 dan, 6 dan, 7 dan, middle game is everything actually. Middle game. Yeah. But in order to play the middle game well, we just need to have a training about the fighting skill. Reading training. Tetsuji. There is no any information that you have to memorize. That's what I want to tell you. Okay, somebody may find out. This move makes it not working. It's not working. Even if you have a double headache, still white will defend here. Because you can't play this move. Those are in trouble. Even if you extend here, this push will be sente, and the white can play here. Any trading will be good for white. Any trading. And then maybe like blocking here also okay. Maybe just block here also okay. Already white has got alone. Of course, if this is a situation, we just have to play. Yeah, and then we have to have a new game. Although white is better. Okay. So what was the Tetsuji? Who found out? That's right. This is a Tetsuji. What about white plays here? We do not exchange anything. We don't exchange anything like this. Yeah, but that is a very incredible move. If you don't exchange anything and then just cut here, then you have a chance to capture 2 stones. Atari, this. 2 stones are everything right now. Another Atari, still same. Cut, capture here. Wow, great. Okay, but before we talk about this one, this is like the common sense about like the Tetsuji. But maybe it's like, is there like the higher level player, just like Fox 8 Dan or 9 Dan? If you are watching, maybe you may found out something. Oh, somehow Dr. Kedasi, white the best move. That's right, white has a chance to play here. So if black answers here, then white can escape, because blocking make escape. So black should consider to extend, but now capturing race. This block. And then ask black whether we can play here. Let's move if Tetsuji is somehow working, but we are not accepting this move. Outside. Here, Atari. So eventually, black doesn't work. Although black was preparing super crazy Tetsuji, somehow black is more busy. What does that mean? Tetsuji has a right timing. It was a bit fast. So now you can just go out to the center. Yeah, if you prepare one time, and then now it's gonna work. And now is your game. Because of this one, you can just surround however you want. So of course, white will just not answer like that. He will extend, especially now it's like actually I set up good for white, because this is a bit, if this is a bit far away, then you will feel much comfortable to handle. There will be cutting, there will be attach. So white has no any reason to cut here. I was already very nice to white. So if you keep go out, eventually white has to step back here. But this group is not gonna be weak group anymore. If you just support well your weak group like this, then normally white will get in trouble. Because when he answers, finally you can set up the net. You want to break it, but you can extend. I don't mean you have to read it until now. Just normally, game flow will be like that. If he plays here, then up to you whether you will just keep focus here, and later you can retake care of this group again. And this kind of Tetsuji can make your some hiding eye shape. So normally, that cutting fighting, this cutting point was too fast to cut. Of course, black might be leading a little bit. It's not like incredibly we are just finishing the game. Anyway, it was hidden. That's why white the cutting timing was too hurry. That is the topic. So what about white to cut this side? It's also very stressful, right? Because if we are just answering here, somehow black group is getting heavier. We can't take care of everything. So you have to decide which one you will sacrifice. Of course, this one. So it can be possible you to play here and then just sacrifice here. Another idea is, actually I don't know if you are, because it doesn't mean I can search everything with the AI. Yeah, I can check some topic, but it doesn't mean I can check everything. One of the thing you can also consider at this moment is useful. We studied just now, right? It's not rubbish. Finally, you will use it. Finally. Other Tetsuji doesn't work right now. There will be some trouble, and then there will be cutting point. So when you get inside, of course, this will be too hard to do that. Now white will be in big trouble. And of course, if you are doing here, you just take some base, and then if you are extending and then sacrifice this one, actually your group is not so weak. Now it's like close to the thickness. Yeah, you can Atari also. Interesting topic, right? You're right. Yeah. Okay, actually my focusing part was like this pip. That means if white thing nowhere here, in this area also, your common tesuji is here, like this, and this one. White is in trouble. This. Such amazing move. Sometimes, if white doesn't have a friend here, like this, okay, white just ignore instead of this move. Instead of saving this move like this, you can be more aggressive to invade here. Now, Kitanoki, he has no friend, then now is like attacking move is the better move. Do you know why? If white answer, of course you can capture him no matter how. Like this move is also okay. You can even jump here. Even though don't capture is okay, you are having totally good control now. Maybe you may ask me, what about his separates here? Of course, we are very afraid of that. It's such a horrible situation. So in this situation, your main group is this one. So you have two. You want to dance with this one, then you need to touch another group. I forgot how to say it in English, but I know exactly in Korean and Chinese. If we want to attack the west, or I'm not sure this is west, right? Then this is the east. If we want to dance with the east group, then we need to make the noise at the west side, like this. Why? Why? If he is answering like this, and then answer, and this cutting will be also even sente. After that, you are ready to block him, right? There will be many ways. You can even have a nice move up to you. That means if you touch here, white will feel a bit hard to handle both group. He cannot take care of both group. You will have a, switch. So your best move is changed because of the position. So we understand about this tesuji, but every time it depends on stone position, and many things is a bit different. Yeah. What about white is a bit stronger here? And this time, can you get inside? Of course, you can't get in here. So your best move can be changed. Sometimes you can even press from the center. And then now you can just try to get the eye shape here. And then with reducing his area, that can be better than just getting the, territory at the side here. Because here is a bit white color. I don't mean this is not good. Also, it can be one of the options. But of course, you can't get in here. Yeah, right? Still, there is even more variation. But I think it was already enough, right? I just tried to make it simply, but it was already over than 22 minutes. Yeah, what do you think about it? It was like, I really remember that it was like probably less than 10 variations were written in the book with the Japanese. I think maybe it can be like 3 or 5 variations, but it makes me super impressive. But do you think I understand everything at the time? Of course not. Just I understand about the one part. Yeah. But now I talk to you guys about so much progress. Yeah. Now somebody will feel impressive. Somebody will feel too easy. Somebody will feel it's understandable. Yeah. It depends on you. How is your level? Yeah. That is like very interesting part about the Baduk. Yeah. So that's the reason. Still studying with the book is helping you to improve, but it cannot be everything. Yeah. So it was like one thing that I get the information from the book, some part about 25 years ago. Yeah. I wanted to share about those parts. So when you want to improve your Baduk skills, what do you think about it? Nowadays, even everybody can use the AI, right? So it's like more easy to study. So it's like, if I tell you about simply, AI is of course important to help you, but it's not like all the time you have to get supporting from the blue spot. Some of the situation, blue spot is not that important. And the middle game, blue spot is super important. Then you have to know that how to use it. Yeah. So this is everything that I prepared the lecture today. Yeah. And by the way, if you guys want to improve much more than now, for example, I want to like break my highest record in my life. I'm stuck in at the 3 dan like more than 2 to 3 years. I really want to break it. And I tried to do the private lesson before and all kinds of a method, but still I don't know how to improve. And if you have that kind of mind, then you can consider to join the One Game Master. Yeah, it's now working well. So if I show you simply, where is it? Let me change it. Okay. Okay, I think maybe somebody saw that. Yeah, if you get in here. One Game Master Deep Learning suitable for folks 1 dan to 7 dan players. If you ask me about the question, I am SDK player, but still can I join? Yes, you can join. Yeah, you can join. Even if you are SDK player. Actually, if you are like 1Q or 3Q, it can be possible you to upgrade your 1-2 level much faster. Yeah, just like about folks 5 dan, 4 dan, I recommend them to study about 6 months to grow up 1 level. Yeah, but there is like a plan. I even set up the 1 month because maybe you may want to have like a trial lesson. So it's like maybe in this month I'm super free, so I'm very confident to spend a lot of times. Yeah, like originally we are following the 1 week only, 3 lessons. Yeah, but I am super free. I can improve much faster. Then you can still choose. That's why I set up even 1 month plan. But if not, like you want to just follow what step by step slowly, then you can just think about it like you are joining the yeah, like kind of offline academy, but this is not offline, of course not the offline academy. But regularly I want to learn it. I still want to have a like improving feeling. Then you can consider to join longer. Yeah, there will be 3 months, 6 months, and then 1 year as well. So it's working well. And yeah, there is some free video, yeah, preview video you can also watch the how to improve your Baduk skills and your training, yeah, schedule. And setting cap is important nowadays because it's like there are so many AIs on the internet. So at least you have to put the effort. You can watch this video and also how to study in One Game Master. Yeah. And then you can just follow. Then everything will be okay. Yeah. So if you ask me about how is the result? Yeah, of course, many students are doing it very well because I'm keep observing how all the students they are joining. So yeah, as I said, if you are like about folks 4, 5, 6 dan around that level, then you can just think about it like 6 month level up. 1 level will be yeah like I think reasonable time to improve 1 level because even you are improving today, you get the knowledge. Still, it takes like much more progress to improve like in the high dan level. But if you are like 1 to 3 dan or like 3 cube to maybe 5 cube or 1 cube, I'm sure that you can improve much faster. There is many evidence. Yeah, you can jump up so quickly. So if you are stuck in 5 cube, then still you can consider to join. Although I make it a little bit harder than 5 cube, but I think still it will be understandable. Yeah. And when you go about 20 weeks, yeah, until 19 weeks, there will be no. But starting from 20 weeks, I also try to set up the AI game review as well. So you will understand how to make AI help you to improve, how you can analyze the AI. Yeah, that is also the new thing you can also consider too, because many people want to know which part I need to care about the AI. Obviously, AI is our teacher, also my teacher, but you need to know how you are using it, right? Yes, also you can take it there. Yeah, so if you are doing it long term, yeah, then you will understand perfectly about how to study about the opening part and the middle game part, which part is necessary, and also end game part. In the opening, middle game, end game, we are all using the reading skills, but that time reading is completely different. Yeah, not same reading. The middle game reading skills and opening situation reading skills and end game reading skills, that logic is totally different. So maybe you may not know, where you never heard about that in your life, you can study in the One Game Master, because I just explained very detailedly. Yeah. Somebody is joining my membership lectures, actually more than somebody. Yeah, many membership members. I always appreciate it to you guys. Yeah, someone also start to join there, because in the membership, I want to enjoy light learning. Still, I want to learn, but lightly. Then you can consider to join the membership. Yeah, then there will be many useful lecture. Of course, the quality is not higher than One Game Master. But I really want to learn deeper. Then you can consider to join the One Game Master. Then there will be like many useful lectures. Like today, yeah, I was analyzing one part very slowly, right? Then you can get analyzing for whole game. Yeah, how you can think about creative idea. Yeah. So yeah, this is like the when you join the course, then right. Let's start. Sorry, my voice, right? Yeah. So you will get the important part, how you are using it. Yeah. So more detail, much more detail. All right. So I think maybe I told you guys everything. Yeah. So, but if you just still want to enjoy, yeah, now no need to improve, and then just enjoying is fine. Then you can just press the like and subscribe. Then at least you can get the like useful video like today. Yeah. Thank you so much, everybody. Next time, also I will bring you some useful information for you guys. Then see you guys next time. Bye bye.